Hello, I think we're all working great. So I'm going to go ahead and get this untied and get started. Let me trade books here. How's everybody doing? It feels like a Monday with the holiday yesterday. So I'm still trying to get straightened out here. Okay. But I think I've got everything ready. And this is where we are going to start, of course, with page 1. I'll just take out the page so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, let's get started. I got everything basically sorted. I had to leave some of the bigger items not sorted. So I like our gate and different items, so I didn't destroy them. So the first thing that we're going to start with, and I want to try and use exactly what I used. And as you know, let me just get some things there. It could be a little different. Oh, and I'm going to have to close the door here. We do have the finishing of the laundry room. And so let me close this door. It's going to get noisy. Got grandkids here to help move things. Okay, it was this one. So I know it's kind of hard to tell, but the honeycomb that I'm using has 2 that go out here at the top. They are different. I didn't realize that either. Yes, I'm so glad to be back too. I miss you guys. They have 2 going this way, and we're going to cut it now. It doesn't have to be exact. Yep, that's the one though. We are going to fit it on and then cut it. And I'm going to want a moment to remember. So you might hear some noise. If it gets too loud, I will go ahead and mute for a minute. They're just moving out a cabinet. A very heavy one. Oh, excuse me. I'm not tired. I don't know why I'm yawning. Just excited to get our book done too. So we want a moment to remember. We want this, and then we're going to add back in some of the little pieces that you punch out. I know I kept them. Here in this one. So I just used, 2 of, can you see? Oh, yeah, you can see those. Okay. And then 1 with a bee. Let me take this out. Hi, Monica. And to be honest with you, I probably should have done the beehive thing first before we did the matting, but that's okay because we can do it this way. So if you just joined us, I was showing the beehive. It's not that one. I grabbed the wrong one again. It's this one. There's, I think, 3. Is there 3 or 4 of them? There's 3 of them. And this was the one that has 2 that go this way. So these came in the package with, I believe, the frames. And I'm trying to get it just like I did before for you guys. Okay. So this one is going to hang over. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. And I brought these down. We're going to actually glue them and cut them off. And yes, I probably should have done this on the matting, but I didn't before. Okay, guys, what we're going to do is we're just going to add some glue in these top pieces. If you haven't done your matting, then do this before you do the matting. But I didn't do it that way before, so we're just gonna go with it here. And I want to add just some glue here and there. Well, let's get it on the behind here instead of on top. There we go. Now we'll do some dabbing. We'll get in there and do a better job gluing here in just a minute. Want to grab my little scissors so that I can get up here to the matting. Now let's start down here. So I'm just resting my scissors against the matting. It would be easier to do it before the matting happens. It did not happen that way, so we're doing it this way, and it works just as good. Because I kind of do things the hard way sometimes. I know. I'm just going to lay this down. Again, I'm using the edge of the paper matting to keep my scissor, and I just push. I set it there, and then I push against the matting a little bit, and it keeps it straight. Just the little edge of my scissors. Okay. Whoops. Oh, that looks great. And if you're happy with how it looks, or you just feel like you need to trim a little bit more, just a hair. Nope. Then I can just lift it up. And we will glue around the honeycomb edges. Okay. Now you can pick kind of where you want these, but I set one right there at the top, and I'm going to use, I did use the big round ones. So I tried not to use these in too many places so our book didn't get too big, but I did use them here on the front. And they're like putting a puzzle together. Whoops. Hi, Charlotte. Oh, the granddaughter's boyfriends came to help move, and Charlotte doesn't like new people in the house. We did not socialize her very well as a puppy. Don't cry. It's all right. She's going to cry because they're strangers. Well, they're not strangers. She's just not. She thinks they're strangers. Okay, so I'll bring this one probably over here this time. It's a little different than this one, but they're very close. But you can see I had one here more in the corner. And I think that's fun to do, and it's different each time. So it's okay. What did I do with those foam dots? There they are. Oh, come on. When she gets scared, she jumps up on the back of my chair and pushes me out of it. There's no need to be scared. And then, did I pop these on round? I sure did. Then a moment to remember. Now, remember I talked about if, whoops. Oh, well, let me go ahead and get this one out. So we want this chipboard. This one. And then I used one of the thumbnail or the little pull tabs for the top of it. And you can decide exactly where you want it. I just wanted it off center. Now this is where you might hear some background noise. And if you do, and it gets too loud, I will mute for a moment. Okay, let's hold that. So I'll let that one dry. If you want this to hold this shut, then you're going to put a moment to remember up higher. Otherwise, I just put it in the back because I did want to bring this down lower. You have choices. Did anybody work on their album this weekend? Since you had such a nice long crafting weekend, I'll tell you, we were exhausted. But boy, did we have fun at Tomato Days. But we probably will never do a booth again. It's a lot of work because we set up Friday night, then we're there all day Saturday, which the weather wasn't too bad, but then they don't do anything on Sunday. So we had to pack it up, cover it in tarps, and then we went back Monday, which was so stinking hot. It was terrible. But we met a lot of new people, and so that was exciting. Okay, what I'm looking for, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. So I didn't get to do a lot of like actual crafting, but that's okay. We want this flower pot right here. And we're going to pop that up, and it's going to sit here. I did cover the bee. And so it came from the laser cuts, and it's this beautiful little thing. Oh, Monica, I wish you guys all did too. It was just so, it was so fun. And the parade was amazing. Quite a few of the families that have been here the whole time, I mean, hundreds of years, the whole time since it was, and the generations, they had their old cars and their family signs. It was really neat. It was really neat to see. Thank goodness for strong grandkids. It helps though. We gave him a little incentive, some hard cold cash, right? Because it's always good to help the grands and to help us move that stuff. Okay, now you do have a photo spot if you want, and that is the front page and then the back. We want to get out one of those great bigs, the really big ones. You know how we got 4 big ones, but they are a little bit different. This one has like, looks like a hook thingy. This is the one without the hook that I used. And then we'll use word memories, and we're going to also need so you have one that is on the left, one that's on the right. I chose the one on the right, and that's going to go right there. And then we want smile, sparkle, stay golden, and then we'll use some flowers. Oh, it's right on top. How cool. And then from the loose flowers, we want a couple of yellow ones that we have here. Those two. I think it's your only 2 loose yellows. Then we have a white. You know, I don't know where he came from. To be honest with you, I think that white one had maybe was fallen off. Let's see. Bigger than that one. You know, it must have been one, because these stems are so delicate. I think it was one that fell off, the one that I used here. And I know I don't want to use this because we're going to use it elsewhere. So I am going to take, this is a single, I'm going to take it off. But save this because I'm pretty sure we'll use it. So I am going to take this one off. It's very close. And if you want, you can definitely leave the flowers off. But this is made to be a stopper. And then if you remember, we had this little piece that we punched from our pocket. So I'm going to reuse that. I just need to cut a piece of yellow that's going to be 5 by 6. And then we'll cut the white photo mat for the back. Yep. Okay, wait, Charlotte, you're going to have to get down. Get down. She won't get down. Honey, she's so scared. There's no need to be scared. And then our whites. Let's cut a piece from the white matting. Let's see. What did I do with my white matting? And it's going to be 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. For a minute. You guys, if you hear me fall off the chair, just know Charlotte has knocked me off. She will not move. Okay, I put this on this back side, and then one thing you're going to want to do, it'll be just a little bit off centered, because then this is going to stick on the back. So see, I just brought it down a little bit so that I have more of a border on top. And then this piece, you just stick here on the back for a pull tab. It was too cute not to use. Hi, Tian. Welcome. Okay. Okay, let's just kind of make sure that's secure. And then I am going to go around this with the ink. I don't even know what color I'm using because I'll be honest with you, I just grabbed it. It kind of looks like the mocha one. And this has been in the drawer, what, all week? And it still works. Catherine Puller stuff's amazing. Go see the twins, Charlotte. She won't. They have their boyfriend. She's like, ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna set this one back in my book. Okay, let's put this one on foam, but not really big foams. I'm just going to place it down here in the middle of the box. Isn't that cute together? I know. I kind of hated to cover it up with a photo mat, but then I thought, how cute. That'll just be really cute when we get a photo, you know, of whoever. And so let's put this in for a minute because we want to measure sort of where you want like your stopper to be. And then once you decide, you'll just put your adhesive down here at the bottom. Of course, don't push that down yet or we'll get stuck. Okay. Next is the Shine Sparkle Stay Golden. Stay put. Okay, then I want to put the white one up on the foam, but I used the not so thick ones. I'll put that up here at the corner. Okay, I'm going to put this one over here since I put the glue where I didn't want it to go. That's okay. Now this one is going to hang over just a little bit, and we don't want it to glue down here, so I just want to add my glue right to the tag. I'll just kind of add it right there under the flower. Just a little dot. Make sure there's no glue back there. Okay, I won't stick it in there too far yet. I don't want it to get like stuck. Okay, now we want our foams. The puffy stickers, proper name. And I want the word memories right down here at the bottom. I'm going to put memories right across the front. Now this one, it kind of will go off in left ball filled everywhere because it's really, well, it's cursive-y. So you'll want to be careful because I started to tear my last one, and then the eye, it's separate. So we will have to get the dot after we put this down. There we go. See, it kind of wants to go in tons of different directions. So you want to kind of try, it's like a slinky, that's the word. And then come down far enough so you can get the eye. And there we go. But I know this is on foam, but it's still, just gently push those down, and I thought it was really cute. Okay, then we'll put the eye on. Everything works. Okay, and we're done with page 1. Hi, Christine. Well, welcome. Okay, that one is put together. Oh, that's right. So we will be cutting the photo mats that go on. So you will need your, you'll need your white cardstock. I think this one's so cute. So I'm just going to pull this out so I can get a good measurement. And we'll cut the white cardstock. And that's going to measure 4 inches, 4 by 6. You know, I haven't crafted since we last did this. And now I can't, it's not like my tools were put away permanently. And it's like I can't find anything. Okay, there's our 6, and then we'll cut by 4. I know I'll need some more 4s. So I am just going to go ahead and cut this piece. And we will use those and some others. And then, we're going to do something really quick. We want to get the fence from our laser cuts, because I did put the fence across the front. So for just a moment, let's go ahead and close our book up. And from this yellow stripe, I'm going to measure right on the edge to the inside of the book. And we want to cut our fencing, because we're going to put it on the matting. So we want to cut our fencing at 8 inches. And that piece we want to get cut because we want to save it, for the front of our book. And then the rest we use for the inside. I'll show you. So I'll put that at 8, but oh yeah, make sure when you do that it's in between. It should cut it just in between, and you can actually just snip it with your scissors if you want to measure. Hi, Jan. I haven't seen you in a while, so thank you for popping in. Okay, now, as you can see, what I did here is we are going to cut our fence in half, kind of in half, just about in half, because we use other pieces elsewhere. And our fence is about, that's 2 1/8. So I'm going to cut it on my cutter. I will use the cutter for this. I'll just go a hair over 1 inch. And we're just going to cut it down the center so we have 2 pieces. Oh, thank you, Jen. And then just put this back. We're going to be using it in a lot of other places. Okay. So let's just lay it down to begin with so that we can make sure we have everything where it belongs. So this one has a little like that dangle. I'm not using that one. And then you're also going to want one of your light poles. The light pole is going to be sitting behind the box. And it's just, that's not the right one. This guy's a lot smaller. All right, so he came from the lasers. You know, and I just did these today. So there's no way I've lost anything. Well, maybe. The one thing I didn't have was my packaging that came with the frames. And do you guys see a smaller one? Because this doesn't, this one is so small. I did keep my packaging. So no, that's going to be the smaller. Okay, there is a smaller one. So I did bring it out of the lasers. So it's here. One second. Get down, Charlotte. You got to get down, kiddo. Just making sure I did not leave it on my laser page because I just did them. So here, get down. Get down. Good girl. There we go. Now I can sit. Well, I know you're going to have yours because you're not me. You don't go around losing everything like I do. Are they gone? Oh, she's scared to death. What do you want Wilbur for?
Can't find him.
You can't find Wilbur?
They don't see him.
Oh, don't tell me this. Okay, Wilbur doesn't usually leave. No, he's not under my bed. Well, guys, I may have to come back in a minute if Wilbur's gone for a walk because somebody left the door open. You found him? Okay, they're lucky. Okay. Phew. Nope, they got him. He was out back. He went up there and took advantage of nobody paying attention to him. You got to watch beagles. Okay, well, guys, I give up here. Mine's not here. It it went for a walk with the fox on our last album. I don't know what to tell you, but you'll probably have yours. This is going to be popped up. So when I find it, I will pop it up back there. So let's just go ahead and continue to, and now my heart had stopped for just a moment. And that's how that's going to look. And then you'll have a light pole back there. And I won't, but that's okay. All righty. Let's go ahead and put this down. Yeah. Wilbur has gone for a walk before. Hi, was you out there hiding, boy? He went for a walk a while ago. He probably is. He's using it in the dark, but it's probably here on the desk. Okay, the fence. What I did is I'm only going to glue the bottom right here so we can slide our photo back there. Well, I did run the vacuum earlier, so it's in the shop back, but that's okay. This I'm going to pop up. And then I'm just going to kind of go around on mine, but you can fill yours in if you want. So what you're going to do is first you're going to glue down, place this, then glue down your light pole where you want it. And then you're going to set this right on top. I'm going to leave a little space here so when I find it, because I know it will be found. But you know, I never did find that fox from our other one. Never found it. No, Wilbur doesn't take things much anymore. It's his sister. Oh, but I take that back. Wilbur does. He takes towels. And if you're in the shower and the door is cracked, he takes your towel and runs with it. So we have to have them high on a hook. And he takes washcloths. I don't know why. And the rags off the counters. Okay, I'm going to bring this down. Then when I find my little lamp pole, I'll just stick it down there in the center. Okay. See, that light pole makes, I think, all the difference. So when we close this, we're going to get the word dreamer. And then we will have this bee house. And I did see the little house. Oh, I thought I found it, but it's the fork. It's there. I'm not looking right at it. Okay. So I am going to put Dreamer down first. I'm going to pop this up on my round ones. put it on that seam right there. And then between the E and the A will go the little house. Let's get it straight. There we go. Okay, there's the front. And then on the back, I think this was, is this our other 4x6? Oh no, this one's a little bit bigger. This one's going to be 4 1/4 by the 5 3/4, but let me check something. I think I cut mine different. No, 6 by 4 1/2. Okay, well, we have plenty of paper, so I'll cut it the right size. 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. Oh, hi, Kim. Well, there's our star of the show. Did you guys? I know everybody saw Kim's. How beautiful! So she did a chipboard version for you guys that aren't crazy about the binders, and or you just want to get more paper because you love it so much, and then you can make her beautiful album. Kim, what are you going to do with yours? This is one I have to keep one. It's like Lori, who works in the store, she says, well, you've got 2 of those. You could sell them you could sell them. And I'm like, I can't. I have to keep this one. And my Nature's Haven, I have to keep them. One in the store, and I'll keep one. Okay, hello, my sunshine. Hello, my sunshine. And then we're going to want some flowers. Exactly. See, Kim, you get it. That's me. It's just so beautiful. Then this one is our flowers. You had lots of beautiful flowers. Okay, it has 3, and you know how delicate they were to work with. But oh, so pretty. Let's see here. There it is. This is going to be flat. So we're going to place our flowers first because I used more of the skinny ones. And then again, I don't want to put glue on this outer right hand side when you turn it over because we want to slide a photo in there. So I'll hang on to that. They do. They come out pretty good. They're delicate, but I love how heavy they are. That's one thing I really loved the weight. I like all of theirs have been so great to work with. And let's go with these guys. And the chipboards are so nice and heavy. You don't have to get every single little nook and cranny. That's the nice thing. I'll just do it over the garbage can. Oh, I did a boo-boo. Okay. I have one on the photo. That's okay. I'll just fix the photo when I cut it. If I cut it, let's be real. We'll be real here for a minute. Photo? What photo? Okay, we can put this one in our book. Hold on. I have something in there. There we go. Sorry, that would have driven me nuts. Oh goodness, it's still there. Oh, now it's on the outside. It's like a little piece of leaf. You know how the little stems break? And next, so we've got some frames to cut, and we're going to also, wrong one, we want to get out our octagon frames. Okay, so the smaller one, well, I'm kind of trying, I'm going to go corner to corner. It's about 4 1/4 is your smaller one. And then we do want one of the larger, which won't fit in our sorting thing. So I'm going to grab it from here. And actually, it's just the next size up. So when it was in the packaging, see, they fit really close together. Wilbur's back. He acts a little guilty. Then you're going to want to, we're going to want to do the photo mat. That I put on the front from this one. Hi, Diane. And it's going to measure 3 1/4. I just wanted to cover that wording. 3 1/4 by 5 is the first cut we're going to do. I'm just going to grab all my white from our kit. So let's cut this one at 3 by 4 3/4 for the white. And then 4 3/4. Okay, then we're going to need some pieces to do our frames, and they're a little trickier to cut because we're going to cut those by hand. If you did the wedding album with me, I had to cut the white matting. It's really hard. You can't really cut it to size. Well, you could draw it if you want to trace. That will work. Okay, so I just wanted to cover for all the gold, all for the gold, all for the love of gold. I don't know, it didn't seem to really, it didn't go with the theme, but the rest of it I thought looked fabulous. So I did cover it, and then we're going to use some of these little, swirly things that came on your laser chipboards or laser die cuts. There's so many names for what we use in crafting. It's confusing. Okay. It's almost up to the fold, but just remember, you don't want to go over your fold. Okay, let's go ahead and decorate. We're going to go ahead and put everything on the outside here. And we want to start with these swirlies. And the neat thing is you can use either side. And I chose to use the dark side. It just showed up better, I thought. And they're kind of hooked together. Well, how on earth? There we go. Then it gets stuck elsewhere. Okay, come on, you guys can't be there. So it's the bigger ones. And it has the taller curly Q there in the center. And then we're going to want flowers. And we have 2 bunches of yellow that I used. I should have sorted those. It wasn't those. So I'm just going to get all the yellow out for right this moment. Then we will well, it wasn't these. It wasn't those. These almost look like a different color yellow, but they're Oh, thank you, Diane. It was so funny because I entered it because I just thought it really went with the theme. I really didn't expect anybody to any of the judges, but I guess they liked it. I was so excited. I was like, they actually, I mean, and really open it up and look at it because, man, they had gone through it. People were flipping. It was, I mean, you could tell. There was a lot of fingerprints. So that's the one I'm keeping anyway. I made a couple of them for the retreat. And I'm like, when my husband called and told me, I'm like, you're kidding me. But thank you. It was kind of fun. It was really fun, actually. Oh, and then if you want, I just have this keyhole and the hearts. Okay, you have one going each direction. So we want, see, that one goes this way. But if I don't find the other one real soon, we're going to use that one. So I don't have to dig through. There it is. That was good. Okay, so these are the 2 bunches of flowers. And what I did is I just put these together. Basically, I think it's the only 2, there's maybe 3 yellow ones in there. So we're just going to overlap these guys onto the bottom. And then I don't glue the top so that the photo can go underneath it. And just kind of make it look even. And that will be the cover. Don't worry about that glue showing because it won't. You don't want to lose those. Okay, I'm not going to glue the curly at the top. And it will lay flat. So I'm going to put these guys together first. And you don't have much to glue. So just try and find your bigger spots, maybe a leaf or something there that you can just attach your flower stems to make it one. Just enough to hold it together till we get it all glued down. Let's just bring that to the bottom. Sure everything's down, and that's our cover. Now we can do our frames. I'm going to change the sides here. Okay, so grab your white matting. Totally up to you. If you want to go ahead and trace this and cut it, you can, and then cut inside the lines, if that would be easier for you. I am just going to use my scissors. It's not as neat, but once you put the picture in, nobody's going to see it. So I'm just going to start by holding it and take my scissors. Trying to stay. So basically, if you just put your scissors underneath it, just a tiny amount, you'll be just fine. my granddaughters, some of you know who are the twins, because they're in school and they don't I mean, they come to family gatherings and everything, but they don't work for me anymore. So, and they don't come to the house as much except for family gatherings. And Charlotte's not used to the boyfriend. I don't know if you can hear. Oh, she's down here hiding, and Wilbur's still barking at him. I mean, Homer. Little stinkers. Okay, this one. I'm just going to glue it on one side, just like we always do with these, so that we can open the frame. Oops, and add a photo. But let's get it straight here. Okay, if not, we'll just trim it. Okay, like I said, it doesn't look the straightest and neatest, but nobody's going to look under your frames. Now we'll do the big one. And that won't be big enough. So, oh, I know. Let's use one of the 4x6s. No, 4x6 won't be enough. Okay. Let's just go with the full sheet. So I always start, there we go, at the bottom with that even. Then we can trim it more after we glue it down. Okay, something this simple, and I couldn't glue it straight. There we go. Now, the main thing is I brought this straight edge to the left and then the point right to the top of the flap. And then for this little guy, same thing, it's going the same direction. This flat edge is going to touch this outside of the matting, but we're only going to glue on this point of the frame and this point of the frame because we want to be able to lift, see both of them so that we can get a photo inside there. So let's go ahead and glue this one completely down first. And it's the bigger one. So I have it pointing, the point pointing up, flush with the matting on the left. Making sure, yeah, it's not in the way of the flap. Whoops. I got the wrong, should be the side I already glued, but it's okay. That will still work. This tip is going to go down to the bottom of the matting, and this, which way did I do? Oh, that's the way I did it. Okay. Tip down here and then flush with the matting on the right hand side. But we're only going to glue this little bit of a bottom part, and then right here on the frame, right there, and then right there, And you're only going to glue this bottom part because we don't want to get in the way there. Oh, and we can do this outside edge. There we go. There we go. Just so you can lift it up enough for your photo. Then it will flatten out as it's laying flat. Okay, from our puffy stickers, I took the word hello, and we're going to take a beehive. And these beehives are different, let me tell you. Okay, let's take hello down here at the bottom. Let's see, which one did I take? I think it was this one. It was. So when you take this out, like I said, they're very interesting little things. They leave those behind. And I'm not sure what you would use those for. Maybe the centerpiece, but... So, yeah, let me know if you find some good uses for that. Okay. Oops. And then I just placed it so it will fit. This is how the original went to the side. Okay, if you've got glue, do make sure it's wiped up or dry before we close the lid. Okay, front is done, and now we can do the back. The back, we're going to need a 5 5.5. So we need a 3 1/4 by 5.5. Let me double check. Yep, 3 1/4 and 5.5. Well, no, it's not. I can't measure. This one's a little different size. So I'm going to go 3 1/4 by 5 3/8. Measure yours, but it should be 3 1/4 and then 5 3/8. I'm going to cut that corner off. See, I can't measure for beans. 3 1/2 by 5 3/8. So I hope you measured yours. But that's okay, because we have another spot. I'm sure we'll use that. So 3 1/2 by 5 3/8. Much better. If you use the same one, then 3.5 by 5 3/8 for your white mat is perfect size. Because this is where I do believe I used the wrong, and it should have been this one. Well, maybe not. That, oh yeah, that's the one. Remember, if you followed from the, if you're not quite there when you get to this page, and it doesn't matter, they both look great, and it ended up working out fine. But that is the one. Okay, radiate, confidence, and shine bright is the wording we're going to use. And then we want the little bow. These are so cute. So you have two. One has some skinny little, I noticed they're skinny, and one has, so see how they're different? Well, actually it's bigger. Okay, I used the bigger bow. And then we want the flower. That was the one I had mentioned was by itself. That one did come by itself, and then I chose some leaves to go with it. And they looked like that. They were pretty small, but they were just your single leaves. Oh, so I'm going to pop this one up. Okay, let's just put that down at the bottom of the matting.
You live?
Mm-hmm. Here, I can, oh, okay, keep putting your flowers on. Hold on. Okay. We have peaches, and everybody wants them. They're not ours. All the grandkids. Can we have that box of peaches? Do your grandkids, if you guys have them, come to your house and go grocery shopping? It's so funny that mine do. Okay, we're just going to put that in there. And for your little bow, you just want to do the bow and a little bit down on the streamers. So your photo can go underneath. Okay, that one is done. I love the decorating part. It just kind of goes by so quickly. I'm smoothly, actually, smooth. It goes by smoothly. Okay, let's pull out him. And we're going to add a white photo mat. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Let's see, not quite. I'm going to cut just a little bit off so you can see more matting. So I'm going to take about a 1/16 of an inch off of the saw at the width and length. And then let's get out anything is possible from our words. Okay. I knew it'd be the last one. And I didn't pop this one up. Oh, shoot. You know, that's got to wait a second. Now, I did put this one down on the frame a little bit. Not the frame, but the photo mat, so that it was underneath the little ticket. Then, oh, we've got to do our frames on the inside here. Okay, we're going to get the smaller ones. Okay, so our first one is going to go on this side. So what I'll do is I'll measure it from this side to this side, and it's going to measure 3 3/4 for there. Then that one's going to measure 3 inches. And then we'll want one that's it's like 2.5. So 3 inches and then 2.5. And they're going to be the brighter yellow. Okay, we got some cutting to do again. Start with the bigger ones, if possible. I don't need him. Is everybody doing okay? You guys are so quiet. You know, and Monica, that's always a wise thing, actually. Then you'll see where I made the boo-boo, and you'll know not to do that. Okay, we're going to need a big piece. Like I said, it's not the prettiest on the back, but no one will see it. Let's see. So let's go this way. Oh, I almost got that too short. That was lucky. Have the points up and down. And then this one you'll just kind of want to play with, and there we go, till it fits. I did kind of off them so that they're at a different angle. Okay, you have this little bee kind of sitting on just a glop. And it did come from, it comes from your, I believe it came from these. Here it is. No, well, there's a glop. Did I put the bee on separate? Nope, he's all one piece. So I think it came from the lasers here. If we can find it, there's one with some, and you know, it really won't matter which one. There it is. And I put that, I'm just going to glue it to the top piece so we can still open it in between. And then we want a single flower. Nope. And that could be the one. I pulled the top off. And it's not. That's right. I remember now. See this little guy here? He has 2 blue flowers. Then there's a cluster. And it was just hanging by a thread, so I pulled it off. And you don't even notice that it's gone. So again, you've got a cluster of 4, then the 2 blue, and this one was right there. So I just pulled it off. Just going to add a little adhesive so it sits on the frame. See, and then things can still open. We will work on this again on Thursday. And, oops, sorry about the dogs. I hope to do one in the morning and evening so that we can get this all wrapped up for the weekend. I can't believe I'm saying the weekend again, because we have an in-person retreat next week. And so there won't be any live videos. We will go live a little bit from the hotel. I know Lexi will, but we are going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a store class on Sunday. Okay, it's going to be this middle one. But so we can still bring you guys some of the fun, we will do some lives. Okay, yeah, there's 3, 2, and then these kind of go off to the side there. And it is, well, I put it on a little different. So actually, let's see something. No. Okay, I'm still going to glue this part down. There. He's going to go under the frame, but that way, let me get that glue off. Actually, if you have sticky, or if you have the unstick, then they can just sit there. And then after the picture goes in, they can be re-glued if they're not laying how you want. Get that glue off. Okay, so we've got the inside and the front. Let's do the back side. I like it didn't want to close. Okay, the back we are going to use from the this pack is, I thought this was so pretty with it. It just fits perfect. Oh, and then we're going to want 2 tickets. So this one has 34944. Then, okay, we're going to take this one. And this one. And what I did is I cut these in half. All right, no, I did not cut this one in half. I only cut this one in half. We didn't need it all. So I just cut it down the 2. Then we can use this one somewhere else. And first, we're going to just find our placement. And I angled it. And then this one, I'm trying to copy it here for you. We'll kind of angle there. Never comes out exact. And then we're going to want one of the poles. To sit underneath there. This will be from our puppies, and then we'll get out 2 flowers. This one looks pretty close. A lot of them I did pull apart. Because, boy, they are so close. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use these. They should have come this way. This has a little thingy in the sticking up here, a little bud. Okay, so what we can do is ink. Let's ink those ticket edges. Actually, I inked the edges on everything here, except for the flowers. Oh, I even did this one. Okay, we want to put these on the sides first. Okay. And then this one will just kind of tilt to the left and just where it looks good. It's hard to give you guys a placement, but you just want it to be on the edge a little bit. This one I had sticking out a little bit more, so they never do go on the same. I try. But it's like when your daughter or granddaughter comes and says, do my hair just like you did the other day. You're like, no, that isn't happening. They used to do that to me all the time. Can you put the ponytails in like you did last time? No, because I have no idea how I put them in. Okay, we want to just have room down at the bottom for our puffy sticker. Now we can get some glue underneath everything. Basically just center that. We've got some thick layers under there, so do make sure you take your bone folder to this because they are heavy. And again, I'll put my finger where I don't want the glue because I don't want it on the photo mat. Bring it down, almost not quite centered, or wherever you think it looks good. And then we'll take this arrow. Again, you'll just kind of have to work it off because it has so many curlies to it. And then we'll have to punch out these centers. If you get them just right, they'll stay, but not always. Okay, let's get the centers out. Sometimes they're like pulling out slivers. Oops. Another one. There we go. And then, of course, just dab your glue. And there you go. See, oh, we're doing good on here. Okay, we can get working on another page. Okay. Oh, okay. We're going to need a couple of things. So go ahead and let me see where I put it. We are going to want, remember on the, here we go. When we cut off, no, that's not it. When we cut that cute border off, so we're going to be using that cute border. Here it is. So you're going to want this that we cut from our coordinating cardstock. That's going to go on the back. And then, yep. Then we want our yellow piece again, because that's, we're going to use this back side for the photo mats. And then you're going to want the yellow string that came in your kit. And I took mine out. I used it to tie a bow on the tag. I just have to get it out of the bag. Okay, we're going to just start by cutting our photo mats. We're going to cut 2 of the yellow that are 3 by 4. So this time I'll go 4 and then cut my 2 3s. The white will be 2 3/4, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. That long enough? Nope. Oh, let's go ahead while we have our cutter out. Let's also cut the yellow for the back. And it is going to be 4 by 3. I didn't do a white photo mat on there because I loved how the yellow just kind of flowed with the wood grain. So let's cut another 3 by 4. Oh no, we got those. Okay, we can ink all our edges. That one aside. We'll glue these down. No, we'll glue the white down. And then you'll notice this first one, we don't glue it down. We're going to glue it as a pocket. So I picked that tag with the floral on the bottom. So we can go ahead and get that out because we need to use it as a marker as we're gluing down our picture frame, or yeah, the frame. Because if you don't, you could get it in there too far. Let's see, which one did I use? These had such gorgeous graphics on them. And I also used, it says luggage tag. So it's not that one. They're all pretty close. Well, I don't know, because the one I used isn't in here. Isn't that crazy? No, that's me. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, there it is. It is in here. Okay, now I feel better. You have plenty of, actually, this is the twine. This isn't a new one. This is what I had left over. We gave you plenty of ribbon. You even haven't, you had 2 yards. So you will have you'll have a yard left over. And I don't know what I was thinking. I told the girls, yeah, put all that in there. But hey, you can use it. So nothing wasted, that's for sure. So let's take that out. So I just fold this in half. And then I do tie a bow. Bring it down so it's bring it down so it breaks. And that's why you have extra. Okay, this one's going to be a little different. Don't pull it too tight. Let's see if I have enough on my broken piece to tie a bow. Okay, there we go. We just did it that way instead. Oh, and then I forgot. We have an Admit 1 ticket. And I cut these in half. Then I just kind of round that off so that it matched. Okay, so what I do is I just put my ticket down inside. You can either mark it with a pencil or you can hold it, but I'll just mark this with a pencil. And then I cannot see because of all the different way the shading is. There we go. That is where I will not glue. We'll leave that for an opening on the right hand side. So you just want to put it down a 1/2 inch from the top, from the white. not from the matting. Okay. Let that dry. And then place this on top, more towards the bottom. And of course, don't glue that corner. Okay, one thing we're going to want, oh, here it is. So we want some of this. That's the piece right there. We want that piece, and then we want those 3 jars, the mason jars or honey jars. And from your foam stickers, I took bliss. I took the word bliss. Oh, you can do it either way. Let's just do it this way. What I did is I cut off. I just didn't want the conversation tag thingy there, so I cut it off. I was going to cut it off. Sometimes it's easier to cut it off with the paper, but that way I don't get my fingers all over it. And it's going to sit right at the top here. On the yellow matting. And then admit 1. This one's smaller. I'm going to put it over here so it rests on the photo mat and doesn't go down too far. Okay. Now this one, I just on the bottom, measure it to your photo mats because you'll want it to overlap. Oh, and then let's put this on first. And then you can decide how much of this you want out. We can just glue it to the back in some spots. Just stick that glue on there. Make sure it's dry so it doesn't stick to your photo mats. Okay, one more time I need to check this. So just 2 of them I need. Well, we can actually have, I keep wanting to check. I can put one in the center here. That's weird. This one has like a hole in the center. It's like a bubble from maybe when it was being produced with heat or something. That's weird. Okay, we'll put that down. Now I did add some adhesive to the back to hold these down so they didn't get smashed. Just here on the ends. Okay, let's go ahead and turn our page over. Oh, and let's start with this guy. So what I used was, I went from this left-hand side. Let's cut the border strip off right into the fence, just a little bit. Then I cut off that white edge, which is about 1/8 of an inch. And then I'll cut it at 6 inches. It's going to be the same width as the matting. So at 6 inches. And then we use this one on another page. And I did cut around the flowers. Now, you don't have to, but it wasn't hard. Okay. So when I got here to this beehive piece sticking up, I did cut around that. It was very simple. And then I just followed the flowers. There's no way I was going to fussy cut each flower. Then when I got to there, again, I just went around those straighter lines. But I did stay close to the flowers. And then I did come over here and I wanted to cut out the lamp. So I did have to cut some flowers off. And I did cut him. See, that's not hard at all. But we do want to ink. And I was a little heavy-handed on the ink so that I got some on the paper to really blend it in. More so than if it was just a photo mat or something more light colored. And this is a pocket. You only want to glue the left and right side and then the bottom. Okay, where's my rag? Okay, and here we're going to take 2 more tags. I have the butterfly with the writing, and this one with the flowers up the left. And then I used another tag, and it has a number 15 right in the center. Okay, so you're going to want some more twine. This time I'll just go like this. I tie mine in a knot, so they are just in a one time. There we go. So they don't come undone. That's going to sit inside there. Don't worry, like I said, when you're doing your tags with your twine, because you have plenty in your kit. Like I said, this was left over from the first. I took that one back to warehouse so that there was no need in me using another one. So I got 2 albums from the twine we put in your kit. Okay, those 2 will sit there. And then we'll have our photo mat here at the top. And let's go ahead and take those out so we don't get the strings underneath there. Then we're going to want your outside lantern, and it has the lantern to the left. And they were on the die cuts, laser cuts. There we go. This one. And I butted it up together. Oh, and then we're going to want some flowers. They are white and they have the blue. So it was the ones we took. It's this one that we just took that one off of, with these 2 little flowers here, and then we took the one off that was hanging off the bottom. Oh, how fun. Is it a newer she shed, or you're just, oh, you're reorganizing it. Sorry, I didn't see that. So, oh, how fun is that? Okay. Now, again, probably a 1/2 inch from the top, or mine's 3/8 of an inch. I never really measure except for you guys. I just put them down. And then we'll have our lantern, and we'll butt that right up to our matting. I just love this page. It just went together. It looks like the outside garden. Okay, we're going to pop these down into the pocket a little bit. Actually, I think I may have taken off those bottom leaves. Because they're hard to pop down there because they're so dainty. So I'm going to take those off. Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. Okay, we're going to glue them down. And again, I'll just leave a little bit on this right-hand side where my finger is. So I'm going to take that off right now. We'll put it back on. But it's going to break off anyway. Okay, let's put you back together. So it's glued down onto the matting. Actually bring these over so our flowers show. Okay, that one is done. So we're going to do one more, I think. Let's check the time. Yeah, let's just check this guy. We'll do this at the end. It's where I just took that, the what do you call that powder? Anyway, it makes it not sticky anymore. So let's turn this over. And we're just going to attach, we won't do this one right now. We're just going to attach our puffies here, puffy stickers. And I have this one. And I did use the dots. I still added some of the foam dot adhesives. Okay, what I do with mine, because they will come off. Let me grab one. They must have run out. Oh, are these my round ones? Yep, these are the round ones. And these are the ones where if you're not careful, you lose it. You lose a couple. But I did put it up on the thick part so that it would stick. And then let's go ahead and take a bee. This is the first one. One will do it. And then smile. The round ones are bigger than the square ones. Whoops. And then I left the front with the beautiful flowers. Okay, that is where we will stop. And then on Thursday, oh, let me put this back. We'll pick up. And this is where, yeah, I just loved them. So I thought how cute just to pop them in there. This is where we'll start Thursday. And so we'll start in the morning, and then I'll do an evening. We probably won't get our book done till Friday. And we'll do one Friday evening, or, we'll see. We might get done Thursday. You just never know. But that's, okay. But that's where I'll leave you guys. So thanks for joining today. And it's good to be back. But I'll see you on Thursday. And if it's in the morning, it'll be about 9 a.m. my time, Mountain Standard. But I'll get that posted and let you know for sure. I'm pretty sure we're doing good on time for the retreat. So we should be able to do 2 shows on Thursday. Oh, thank you, Tian. Sweet dreams to you too. Good night, all.